Texas State Representative Trey Martinez Fisher.
Representative, good to have you on. Look, I started this conversation an hour ago with these words. More, please. More, please. Show us the more of this, because the reality of it is what Republicans in Texas are doing, and as a Republican, I'm offended by it because you don't obliterate the process for politics. You just don't. You play the rules that are in front of you and may the best team win, right? Okay, so we go through the redistricting process. We know what that is. We got to get our players in place to advance the maps that we want, all of that. Democrats did that, held the House for 40 years, right? From 1954 to 1994. And there wasn't a whole lot of drama about it. It was the process. And the Republicans figured out, okay, how to wrestle it back through the process. But this is cheating the process. And so what Democrats are doing, in my view, they need to do more of, not just in Texas, and this is where I want to get to with you, but in other places around the country where you know they're coming. This doesn't stop. Republicans aren't stopping in Texas, sir. There is Ohio, there is Florida, there is Georgia. There are other places they can go and eke out enough votes to change the balance of power in the House from the 2-seat majority that they have or 3-seat majority they have to 15 or 20 seats.
Absolutely. You're 100% right. And like you and I are old school. It's you go out, knock on doors. Whoever has the best idea will win. These elections, you win them fair and square. Not this current crew here. They have a different game. And the game is, how do I turn out my people? How do I pick my voters? And how do I kick yours out? And that's exactly what they're doing here. They're cheating to win and rig an election. And, that's why, I've been saying this is kind of like the old Apollo 13 mission where you say, hey, Houston, we have a problem. I say, America, we have a problem. And the problem is our democracy is being stolen right before our very eyes. And so if Texas Democrats, men and women, we're tough, we're hardened. What America is seeing now in this Trump administration, Texas Democrats have seen for 30 years of hyper-partisanship, ultra-MAGA, extreme governance. But if it takes Texas Democrats to leave the state, to wake up this nation so that we rise up, I put my money on the American people. Never underestimate the power of American people when it comes to preserving and protecting our democracy. And already we are seeing governors beginning to rise up. From, Governor Newsom in California is talking about doing this process to offset gains in Texas. We had a small group travel to Albany today and meet with Governor Hochul, who is saying the same thing. We were talking to governors in Maryland and other places. So make no mistake, if you want to cheat and rig elections in Texas, we're going to call in for reinforcements. And that's where the country comes in. And let's play this tit for tat. If they want to race to the bottom, we'll meet them halfway.
Speaking of governors, a lot of tough talk from your governor, Greg Abbott, who's talked about potentially treating y'all like criminals, extraditing you. This from Politico about his limited options. Federal law allows states to demand the return or extradition of criminal fugitives from other states. But because breaking quorum is not illegal, Abbott can't seek help from the courts to compel the Democrats' return. Tell me then how this plays out, sir.
Right. So these are civil warrants, right? So I think traffic tickets are more serious than what we're talking about here. They have no application outside of this state. And frankly, the governor he writes a pretty good press release, but I don't think this will pass muster in a court. We are elected officials. We're elected by our constituents. We actually have specific rights and rules in our state constitution. So I'm not going to worry about this too much. And I don't think my colleagues are either. We're not afraid of the governor. We're not afraid of his threats, but we are learning that he must be pretty desperate. I wonder what he promised Donald Trump that he is so desperate to make a press release in such a desperate statement like that to the American public.